Sarah earns $60,000 a year. She has worked at the same company for 8 years. She has received a raise every single year. She is good at her job, she works hard, and yet, every month, she ends up with almost nothing left. She is not spending recklessly. She is not buying things she cannot afford. She is doing everything she was told to do. Work hard, get promoted, earn more, and she is still stuck. Sarah is not unusual. Sarah is most people. And the reason she is stuck has nothing to do with how hard she works. It has everything to do with where her money comes from, because a salary, no matter how large it grows, has a fundamental design flaw built into it. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what that flaw is and exactly what to do about it. Welcome to Money Explained in Minutes. By the end of today, you will understand why a salary alone cannot build wealth, how wealthy people actually grow their money, and the exact steps to start changing your financial position this week. Let us get into it. Let us start with the fundamental problem. A salary is an exchange. You give your time. Your employer gives you money. That sounds fair, and in many ways it is, but it has one fatal limitation. You only have 24 hours in a day, which means your earning potential is capped. No matter how skilled you are, how valuable you become, how many promotions you receive, there is a ceiling on what you can earn from a salary, because there is a ceiling on your time. Think about it this way. A doctor earns $250,000 a year. They spent 12 years training. They work 50 to 60 hours a week. They are at the very top of what salary can deliver, and yet they are still trading hours for dollars. If they stop working, the income stops. The day a doctor retires or gets sick or cannot work, that $250,000 disappears. That is the definition of earned income. Money that only arrives when you show up. Now contrast that with passive income. Passive income is money that arrives whether you show up or not. An index fund growing in the background, rental income from a property, royalties from something you created once, dividends from shares you own. None of these require you to show up. They work while you sleep. And here is the critical difference. Earned income is limited by your hours. Passive income is not limited by anything. It compounds, it grows, it works 24 hours a day. The wealthiest people in the world did not get wealthy by earning a bigger salary. They got wealthy by building assets that generate passive income. And then those assets grew automatically while they focused on other things. Now, here is the part of the salary problem that most people never fully understand, and it makes the ceiling even lower than it first appears. Salary income is the most heavily taxed income there is. In most countries, every dollar you earn from a salary is taxed as ordinary income at the highest rate available. Before you even see your payslip, a significant portion is already gone. Income tax, national insurance, social security contributions, all taken automatically, all taken first. Now contrast this with how investment income is taxed. In most countries, long-term capital gains, the profit from selling an investment you have held for over a year, are taxed at a significantly lower rate than salary income. In the United States, the long-term capital gains rate is 0, 15, or 20%, depending on your income. Compare that to income tax rates that can reach 37% for higher earners on their salary. This is not an accident. The tax system in almost every country rewards people who earn from assets more than people who earn from work. This is the second reason a salary alone cannot build wealth. Not only is it capped by your hours, it is taxed at the highest possible rate before you can even use it. Wealthy people do not just earn differently, they are taxed differently. And the tax advantage of investment income over salary income compounds over decades into an enormous difference. There is a third force working against salary earners, and it is the most insidious of all because it feels like progress. It is called lifestyle inflation. Here is how it works. You get a raise, your income goes from $50,000 to $60,000. You feel richer, so you upgrade your lifestyle slightly. You move to a slightly better apartment, you lease a slightly better car, you eat at slightly better restaurants, you take slightly better holidays. None of these upgrades feel irresponsible. They feel earned because they are proportional to your new income. But here is what actually happened. Your income went up by $10,000. Your expenses went up by $9,500. You saved $500 more than before. On the surface, it looks like progress. In reality, you are still spending almost everything you earn, and this pattern repeats every single time you get a raise. 60 to 70, lifestyle expands again. 70 to 85, lifestyle expands again. The salary goes up. The lifestyle follows it. The gap between what you earn and what you save stays roughly the same forever. This is why people who earn $200,000 a year can still feel financially stressed, because their lifestyle costs $190,000. Lifestyle inflation is the reason most salary earners have very little to show for decades of hard work. The antidote is simple but uncomfortable. Every time your income rises, invest the increase before your lifestyle can absorb it. Automate the investment before you see the extra money. If you never see it, you cannot spend it. So if a salary cannot build wealth, what does? Let us look at how wealthy people actually do it. Not the lottery winners, not the inheritance receivers, the people who built wealth from ordinary starting points. What they all have in common is this: they shifted from being workers to being owners. Workers trade their time for money. Owners earn money from things they own: companies, properties, index funds, intellectual property. The wealthy do not just earn income, they build systems that produce income, and those systems keep producing whether or not the owner shows up. Here is the key shift in thinking. Most people ask, how can I earn more? Wealthy people ask, how can I own more? Earning more keeps you on the treadmill. Owning more gets you off it. Let me give you a concrete example. Person A earns $100,000 per year salary. They spend $95,000 and save $5,000. After 30 years of this, they have saved $150,000. Person B earns the same $100,000 per year, but they live on $75,000 and invest $25,000 every year. After 30 years, at a 10% average return, Person B has $4.5 million. Same salary, same 30 years. The difference is not income, it is what they did with it. Person A bought lifestyle, person B bought assets, and assets, over time, become the salary. Now, let us talk about the three income streams that change everything. Not complicated strategies, not get-rich-quick schemes. Three categories of income that wealthy people build alongside their salary. Income stream 1, investment income. This is what we have been building toward across the last 3 videos. Index funds, dividend-paying shares, bonds, money that works automatically while you sleep. If you start investing even $200 a month at age 30, by age 60, you have approximately $450,000 generating passive income through dividends and growth. And once your investment income exceeds your salary, you are financially free. Your salary becomes optional. Income stream 2, earned income from something you own, not your job. Something you built, a side business, a freelance service, a digital product, something where the relationship between your time and your income is not fixed by an employer. With a job, your employer decides what your time is worth. With your own business, the market decides, and the ceiling is dramatically higher. Income stream 3, property income, a rental property that generates more in rent than it costs to run. This is one of the most powerful wealth-building tools in history because it combines income, the monthly rent, with asset appreciation, the property rising in value over time. You do not need all 3 of these. You do not need to start them all at once. but moving from one income stream to two and from two to three is what separates the people who escape the salary trap from the people who stay in it. Here is your 5-step action plan to escape the salary trap. This week, zero cost. Works at any income level in any country. Step 1. Calculate your real hourly rate. Take your salary, subtract taxes, divide by the real number of hours you work, including commuting, preparation, and decompression. Most people find their real hourly rate is significantly lower than they thought. That number is your motivation. Write it down. Keep it visible. Step 2. Automate one investment this week. Even $20, even $50. Set it up to go out automatically on payday before you can see it or spend it. This is income stream 1. Started. Step 3. Identify your lifestyle inflation trap. Look at your last 3 salary increases. Did your savings rate increase proportionally, or did your lifestyle expand to absorb the raise? Be honest. Most people find it expanded. The next raise you receive, commit to investing 50% of it before you spend any of it. Step 4. Identify one skill or asset you already have that could generate income outside your salary. Not tomorrow, not eventually. Something you could test within the next 30 days. A freelance service, a skill someone would pay for. Even $100 outside your salary is proof that a second income stream is possible. Step 5. Track 2 numbers every month. Your savings rate, the percentage of income you invest, and your passive income, the amount your investments generate without you working. The day your passive income covers your basic expenses, you are financially free. Watch that number grow each month. That number is the most motivating financial metric there is. Let us bring everything together. A salary is a trade, your time for money, and it has 3 fundamental problems. It is capped by your hours, it is taxed at the highest possible rate, and lifestyle inflation quietly absorbs every raise you receive. Wealthy people do not escape these problems by earning more. They escape them by shifting from workers to owners, by building assets that generate income without requiring their time. The 3 income streams that matter are investment income, income from something you own or built, and property income. You do not need all 3 today. You need to start 1. Your action plan. Calculate your real hourly rate. Automate one investment this week. Commit to investing 50% of your next raise. Identify one skill that could earn outside your salary, and track your passive income every single month. The salary will not make you wealthy, but what you do with it and beyond it absolutely can. The moment this video ends, do one thing. Calculate your real hourly rate, salary after tax, divided by real hours worked. Write that number down, because you cannot build a better financial life until you are honest about the value of the one you have now. If this gave you value, subscribe to Money Explained in Minutes. Every week, one important money concept made as simple as possible. No jargon, no lectures, just clarity. Drop a comment below. What percentage of your income comes from something other than your salary? I read every single one. Next week, we are going to look at why most people cannot save money, no matter how hard they try, and the simple automated system that fixes it permanently. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Money Explained in Minutes. Understand money. Build wealth. See you next week.